Mokuongo amoso ji misawo aparo ni en mang'eyo mapiyo kendo nikech wadwa ni warase time. An nyinga iluongo ni Charles Sonko. I'm the chairman of the Open Self-Help.
That's why we're here. We expect to grow. And noting you have been around for almost 11 years, which I mean you're longer, you should have been growing more than what we are seeing now. But it's never late. It starts from somewhere before we move to higher level. The purpose of the foundation was to innovate and create opportunities for those who feel they are challenged. And we all know that some of these things, we know they are there, but we need someone to keep us, be aware of what needs to happen. We are here to learn, I don't know, but we can learn from each other, right? So if I might say something which you might know better than I do, then you just correct me. I'm not that perfect, right? Let me use this my lesson officer. And also someone who has been organized events when I'm held up, as well as members. So these are the two gentlemen we work with. I did events organized in any other part and send them, ask them, go ground. First and foremost, we look at the credibility of the organization so that we don't have to give where there is no need. As much as there's money being of it, money does not buy the lunch we need in that, right? Other presentation done is basically in English, but where need be, for those who might not understand, namely, be open. We are learning still. We are learning, be open, so that kikiwoki kiti nono, kanawi nono, right? So like you work something, right? The notebook not the test. Please make good use of it because there's something going to come up by the end of it. Apart from notes, we expect questions from all members. So if you are smart and you have the best question, we will see how we can work on that, right? We might reward you. Might acknowledge your participation and the rest. So kindly make notes when necessary. We are 45 minutes behind schedule, so we have to find out how to cover that. So that we are here, we are out here. So even by 45 minutes, right? To start, we have to give you a brief of the foundation. We work across all the groups. I'm very happy I'm seeing a mix of it makes me more motivated to get into many of the self-help as possible. We started as all boys. People had very different ideas. People wanted to have many go around with the old boys. I opted out of the old boys because my passion was to help. Hello. So that's the separation. I don't like receiving, but I would like to give as more as I can get, right? The purpose of an event like this would be one. I wonder if the chairman will be in a position to tell us on reasons you opted to be the chairman and you would be better than him or him better than another person. In 1 minute, please tell us why you think you're better than the rest. Be open, please. Let me help you. Let
is expressed by mother tongue.
Oh yeah, that's it.
So you talk in any language. Hata Kiswahili.
Help you. Oh, you're the secretary. Mwandishi, you have all the history. Please tell us.
Thank you.
In 1 minute, so you have to summarize.
Yes, in open, we don't take ourselves as so much as if we are the most able people, but we are always transparent. We always go through an election process. So once you are elected, you have to show your capability. That is why you have to be there. That much.
How come members choose?
I think mismanagement. I think at first it was an organizer previously. So through how we managed to organize all the events, I think that gave the members the opportunity to see some leadership.
Just in the place where all of us we have several candidates. But for a group of over 40 members, 41, to have here the chairman, that means you have a bigger role than your wife and kids. So these are also part of our family. And I believe being, we're not here just as a open self-help group, but whenever a member has a problem, we should be able to advise, right? So if we are in a position we can share our problems, we end up having solutions. But the solution lies within us, right? One thing we talk about in our events is before it begins, I call it an attitude. By the time you wake up, Samichio in the morning, you have to prepare breakfast, you have to prepare your days, there's something which makes you wake up. Simple. Your attitude. The attitude is very important. There are several ways on how you can come about that. There's what we call self-coaching. It's how do you train yourself to have a positive attitude. So self-coaching. No one will tell you that. It's you to pick it up. Then it's you to motivate yourself. Yonge pesa, school fees, rent for see, one of your kids maybe is sick, medical bills, you need all these. But you see, if you don't have the will to move, you will get stuck. You'll end up having, like most of our generation are dying because of stress. Ulcers. Who suffers from ulcers here? Mouth ulcers, stomach ulcers, all that. Most of the ladies,
Yeah.
Imagine, mama, that thing, there's no medication. That's a fact. It's here. Some other thing gets into your brain, those things, those wounds start developing. In the hospital, they give you just things to control to balance, to balance saliva around that in your mouth so that you can regulate all that. That's the point. That thing has got no medication. So it's what's going to affect some of our generations. So please, it's here. I suffered from that for 3 years. I went for medication for the same 3 years. Last time my doctor told me, by the way, you're wasting your time. What's your problem? So ever since people ask me why you keep on laughing, you are so happy. Why are you happy? Because I know my happiness is going to help me save money which I'm going to use in the hospital. So that's how it is. Maybe you try that. If you meet in another year's then maybe you should have had a positive feedback for the rest of us, right? Attitude, dialogue, and you talk to each other or at each other. Act is kind of confrontation, right? But you talk to each other, share opinions. When we achieve something, like I saw you collected money, how much do you collect? You have to, you have to appreciate, the less we are, we have collected 5,000 pounds. That's money whenever. Have to appreciate the little you collect or the little you have. Then please, when someone makes a comment about you, think about that comment. If it was a negative comment, think positively. Oh man, you are so dirty, what's happened? There is no. You know what you need to do will embarrass you, but think of that positive. So the next time you are going to meet your friend, you know how that I'm going to meet this group, so there's a way I need to dress her. Then, humor. That's what I was saying. Humor kills everything. from stress to everything. Go up with your kids and have a nice time afternoon. You'll find that when you get back to the house, you're so relieved. There is a power of prayer. We need to pray, but I hope all of us pray with the habit there. So there is the power of prayer. You do anything, I tell you a story I had this year on April 4th, you will be embarrassed. But it's the power of prayer. My car was burning, I was inside, but I managed to get out without any problem. Because nature kama na chunye kwa tinoko. Kawa ndio wale gorpe wanyo watu makage kajaka kwa tinoko. Depending on this prayer. I will say here I was praying because I don't walk around. The mother I do the power of prayer. The might each lead make out the friend marriage is going far for a year with them only. Encourage your friend. Give it back to your village. Please uplift your other neighbors. You're going to call you don't. Please be active. Have the will to encourage the other person so that you can all grow. Don't realize one person cannot build up an ant. You have to have support from the rest of other corners of the world, corners of your colleagues and friends. So the teamwork is. Then once you have all that, you have to have the will, you have to have the stamina, you have to have a goal. So all of us, you guys have a goal, and now you have to be in 5 years, 5 years, since you're 11 years. Have you achieved some of the things you were supposed to have done in year 10? You've achieved that. So you have a position for year 15, then year 20. God willing, 100 years to come, we'll be there. And if you're not there, of course, you might not be there. We have our young boys and girls to come and take over us. So that's a fact. All of us will die. We fear talking about that, but we die at some point. When God plans to do so. So if once I'm done with that, I think we can proceed. The main reason for having this was to advise on how we can manage our resources. Because money you give out, you need to have a better returns of your money. So that one will help us. So I'll start by doing this. When I talk about you having 10, 11 years or 12 years, you have a purpose to have. So I'm here to give you the idea on how, what do you want to achieve in 15 years? Please have that. As a Mwandishi, as a secretary, you have that.
Yes.
What's your mission? What's your vision of the group? Similarly, how all members know the mission and the vision? It's something all the vision.
Yes.
And if you don't know, kindly ask. So that by the time we leave this place, we all in the same place. Because maybe we might have skipped you. Then you have committed your goals. Then you have understood the priorities. What do you have to prioritize? Then you make goals measurable. How do you measure your goals? You can do that in terms of money on collection. In terms of work done, maybe you can see if you're building a house, you see, I only make the foundation and the walls. That means you have, if being the foundation and the wall took me 3 months, then how long will it take me more to do the roofing, the finishing, and all that stuff I can do in the house? So you have to measure your actions. As an individual, some issue in the morning, he woke, you have 100 shillings in your house. You look back in the evening, you have nothing. So you need to analyze why you have spent the 100%. If you realize that there's a part you spent 10 shillings, which you ought not have spent that, that's a lesson to you. So the next time you don't have to do that. So you have to measure on how that's going to happen. Then you have to, the strategic plan is very important. Then as a secretary, what governance structure do you have in place?
Governance structure?
Yes.
We have a chairman, vice chairman. We have a secretary general, treasurer, a vice treasurer, organizer, and assistant, and then we have a patron and monitor.
What was the role of the trustee?
The trustee is about collection of the money from bank. They are the ones who can sign the check. If you want to do any money for any bank.
How much have you lost in the last 1 day? Lost in the last 1 day. Really? It's a lie.
Those,
There is no group which is perfect. Maybe 100 goals, maybe 200 shillings.
There is.
There is, senior. Yeah, like. By the way, when 100 shillings gets lost, Albert is testing how the group members can one and find a way out how that money got lost. So that all of you learn about it. So you cannot tell me your money has not been lost. And here you're counting money. When you went out, you use that money to pay bus fare. Then you fail to car, that money to pay bus fare now as a group. Sindio, then pale kuna shot. Simepotea. No, it's normal. It's happening not to. Hata some mnasema hajapotea. Hata our government has lost money and they're saying they haven't lost money. There's no one is perfect. Money is a devil. So you should have amongst the members, there should be a group who should be able to monitor your activities. Do you have that? Madam, dari kako ngene pesa utie maber.
Ndio maana kaka trustee icheko kaka bugede trustee or auditor. One auditor wache ni every year kaka pesa wodi kaka pesa watiyo.
And this suggestion, in a suggestion, I mean, master, there should be a few, 2-3 members who is auditing the office. Can I point? Finance committee. Some neutral guys. You know, not the trustee. Some neutral guys. You know, those are also elective posts. Yeah, they're elective posts. Yeah? Because you can never trust the chairman, the secretary, and the trustee. This is a big group. As you grow, you learn on how usefulness that will. So please consider that.
What about auditor?
Auditor is just to audit the books and they'll go with the figures they have been given. So you listen to news, eh? That guy from Ministry of Health, that's the auditor who audits the books for the Ministry of Health. He says money has been lost. But the big boy says there's no money lost. No, there's some kind of disconnect. So then you and your internal auditing system will come and sit down. Why do you say money disappear? Then you agree. If you have evidence of spent the money, say you spent it, then they'll be happy with that. So yeah, it's a group thing. Okuni pesa lab. Kapapa don't know almost 300,000. Money is debt. One day you wanna disappear. Then can disappear because maru on everyone. You know, you go to find Monuru brings that money back to take you back where you should have been. Still. Others who never see. Still. Something like that. One of the reasons for why we do events is one. At some point you might want to do bigger events than what we are doing. You must want to put up a flag in your long and all that. So you have to have processes and procedures how you can raise more money than what you have. It is through buying more shares. You guys have shares. But your shares is in terms of your personal contribution. So yeah. So maybe if you're going to do a project and I have more money than I can spend, I can give that to the group. So yeah. That means I'm going to acquire more shares. So yeah. So when it comes to when we are going to give out the proceeds, dividends somehow, I don't know what you call it in your language. Yeah? So if I gave more, that means I should be running more because there's a profit. So yeah. You should have that. And I believe, madam, you Somehow, the annual reports. Do you know the reports? Not financial reports. Can you video it? So you believe this is Papa Sawajo? You consult your colleagues. Yeah. Where you cannot understand, you consult. That's teamwork. I will classify you as a CBO. So the first thing you have to do is resource mobilization. How do you have to do that? Take note of the following things. If you're going to go for resource mobilization, you have to have a memorable project. Short, clear, and precise. What I get off, or Nikanyam Lolong, and half an acre, it's going to cost $500,000. So, then what are you doing with that? We're going to let it stay there for another 2 to 3 years as we look for more money to start developing the land. Short and precise. Target is abroad, where in no longer can get us. So that's where we are going to focus. Kindly, from what I have, the information you have is very basic. For you to enable have a clear reach, kindly have website. Please have social media. Maurice will be going that for the group, for you to be known. That's how we ended up having events in places, even in Wajir, where we all fear to be another country which is not part of Kenya because of the social media. Then the stories you have, like that gentleman over there who has come from a different group, we learn from them and they learn from us. So then you're going to share success stories. We consider success stories, so that's why we are here. We cannot concentrate on the negative stories, but that will bring us now, right? Then please update each other on the spendings. If you want to raise money, there are several tips you can look at, right? You need to identify the donors you need to work with, or those who think might have more money to spend on such events you're going to do. Then you have to read their guidelines, develop concepts, and be aware of the application deadlines. So we also apply these youth funds. We also apply youth funds. In the deadlines, there's a match of you can get to your 40. It's not much, it's around 50,000. Which I will not advise you go for 50,000. You have to raise in one city. 1,000, 2,000, 500 based on the contribution of members. So maybe you wait for something bigger. The women fund for the ladies. You can use the 3 ladies and more to get the women fund to come and reinvest in the group. Then they pay back the loans. Thank you. And by the way, in the likes of the ladies, there is so much happening outside which you can benefit. These are your Mashemeji and the rest. And once you uplift them, then they come up. But then women are very entrepreneurial. I wish you had many of like the ones we have. And they know how to save than us. Many of them they rotate 40,000 bonus. But a woman, Kokalo Kamoro, Tonyo address, if I'm going to get the husband Tasha, or Kopichamo, or the Elixamo, or that's how it happens. So you have to do a budget and know the budget in order that suit the donor funds, the requirements.
The other side, on your right.
What was my key? No, you are. They think it's the rest possible. If they refuse, they won't. What was the first keyword? It's just one word, which was like a motivation factor for all of us. I have 2 minutes before we leave so that we cannot go home.
prayer.
Madam, you are very bright. Madam, that's the thing, that attitude. I spoke about it. But give me on. But become a man attitude. Let's come for it. Madam, let's come for your attitude. From the moment you wake up, you get out of your house, what moves you is your attitude. Makango my intention is you cry. What will make you go home? Attitude. What will make you think of now, let me walk home? It's your attitude. This attitude controls almost 100% of our actions.
How to get in touch with such like people. Because what I believe, there is what is called proposal writing, things like that, and how to identify such like people. Now, as a foundation, if as a group we want to maybe any assistance, what are the procedures that we must put in place, or rather the requirement we have to put in place before maybe get any assistance, maybe as far as maybe want to do any kind of a project, so that the access to your assistance can be easily attained as a group. And maybe if so, you are partnering with other donors. How do we access these donors? Because the major problem is accessibility to these donors and how to identify them. And even if after identifying them, how do we now go deep and access the assistance from them? That's the major problem, because maybe we are lacking the information, and this information is what makes most of the people not to associate or to indulge with such like donors and foundations. So if you can give us a clear, easy access to the foundations and the donors, I think we have so many proposals within ourselves that we need to do this and this and this. So if you can give us a clarification on how we can access such like donors and foundations to assist us in our projects, it will be okay. But if it is not going to be possible, what do we do as a group for us to access such like things?
It is only that God is very naughty. Good. One year you walk changa yekon, don't changa yekon. For what do malo? Teremo smooth cup, malo kanya. You are going to letter N of chagi malo, no changa yekon. For wakongwa chuo kalampi, then slowly we come, then up. Then we have the chakwa yekane, topmost corner. Chokala, you are most, then a straight line. We have letter A chako ikanye, A chako ikone. If you walk dogi, Chokala, you are malo, you walk in pin, then at the gear most. Then you can automatic you okay. Then we have letter T, the simplest. Chokalam too, you are most, at the gear. Then we have letter I, that one is just bonjour. Then we have letter O, then you are most. And finally letter N, then you go up, go down, go up, and you appreciate yourself. We can now see.
Tunasema mahasibu, lakini pia tunasaidiana with the Alfred Polo Foundation to ensure that such like noble ventures are supported to the fullest. Tumebaki na muda kidogo, na nitajaribu nikuwe faster. Sasa kwa vile it's a session that I want everybody to be very serious, tafadhali utaniwie radhi. There are certain times when I'm a bit strict. Amewambia auditors saa zingine hatuna ma question mingi. Nasema kama huwezi ukasema sawa, naachana na wewe, si ndio? So ground rules please. Kama kuna simu tafadhali kaenda kwa ile mode tulisema. 2, ukijisikia it's an emergency, toka tu kidogo. Elewa kenye unafanya huko nje, then come back and join us. Another one, I'm expecting that everybody will have to be jotting at least something. We don't want to come out of this place the way we came. So this is a session that is going to be, I want to try and take the least time I can. Kwa vile naona hata uchovu umeingia. Mbona wanasema mtu akisha kula kidogo kuna ile uchovu kidogo inaingia as a result of the food being in your tummy. So I'm going to talk on 3 things. Financial management. And then I'll talk about what will I do there? So I'll do financial management, I'll do investments, and then I'll take you through a bit of auditing. Before I start, I want to ask a question to the office. Bwana Secretary, nimeambiwa treasurer is somebody by the name Dan Ochieng. Dan Juma. Dan, your sister is right? Yes, these two people, I'll be asking you a lot of questions. So tafadhali, be keen with me. So, you know you're my friends. They come to audit your place, nyinyi ndio nawataka sana sana. So I'll be asking a lot of questions. Please make sure you are very attentive to engage with us. So let's start with financial management. But before I start, nataka Bwana Secretary uniambie your objectives for this organization. Within a minute, please.
Thank you. Our objectives, when we started, the main objective was to maybe assist those who has been bereaved. That was the main objective.
Okay, support those direct.
Yes. Then we had assistance in terms of sickness, borrowing, just merry-go-round wherever he go. And then the next one was in terms of difficulty, maybe somebody can be arrested and then can be assisted. Those were the main, but according to all the organization, it's about economic needs. So we have advanced to a point where we want to do investment. That is where we are.
You want to do investment?
Yes.
And you've incorporated it in your constitution?
Yes.
Investment as one of the major objectives.
Yes.
So you're no longer doing matanga?
Yes.
You're no longer doing mtu akishikwa na polisi mnaenda huko?
But subsidiary, I think they are part of our agenda also. So that is the agenda. But we want to advance. So even if we do this, but we have to maybe, it's our one way of maybe increasing our fundings.
How do you increase the funding when mtu akishikwa mnaenda kumweka?
I think the main objective of the group was to assist members.
Okay, I got your point. Social factors, eh? Watu wakiwa na shida za kijamii mnakuja pamoja, si ndio?
Yes.
Mkaona pia hii iko too much sasa. Kila siku ni tunatoa tu pesa zinaenda. Na hao watu wenye tunatoa kwa pesa, wengine hata hawana kazi, wengine hata hawana, shida ni mingi. So you thought of bringing now investment, you started, eh? How long have you existed? One second.
We have existed since 2005.
2005.
Yes.
Were you there as one of the pioneers of the group?
No, not really. I joined the group in 2008.
2008.
Yes.
Now you're the secretary,
Yes.
bearing all the functions.
Yes.
Okay. What was the agenda that you had for this year when the year started? What were the objectives you had for this year to accomplish this year?
This year, mostly we were working on how to make the assistance efficient because sometimes back we had that problem whereby somebody is bereaved, but getting that money to the person who is bereaved was a problem. That was one of our. Then we wanted to maybe see how we can do a proper counting. I think that one we have finalized now.
Okay.
Yes.
So you
because
got
but
that
sometimes back the things were not so clear, so we have to do that.
Thank you. At least I have an overview of what you do. Now, financial management. What is financial management? Now, financial management generally refers to the processes. When I say processes and mechanisms that are going to be adopted by individuals or organizations like yours. If I'm a bit faster, you tell me. Are adopted by individual organizations or individuals like this one of yours to help you amass resources for yourself. Use those resources to the benefit of the group or in achieving your objectives. Now, I've talked about how you can mobilize the resources. How in your own organizations do you mobilize resources? Committee are all there with the what? The phones. Hey, Nani, unajua nani ameenda? Tunakutana kesho. Wapi? The same place. Okay? But now you've gone deeper. You thought of now, help me when I'm still alive. Alive. I think I'm liking that. Nisaidie wakati bado? Alive. You meeting at Garden Square, because that is very synonymous with the laws and Matanga. Then you raise 200,000, you buy me a coffee and I'm taking home. After that, my children starving. That one is not helpful. You've helped my body that is going to the grave. So, get the budget amount. After knowing the objective, get how much you need. I mean the financial plan. What you need to consider in preparing this financial plan. 1, tafuta reason. 2, look for the amount. How much do we need? Okay, for this kind of venture. Then, 3, how long are we going to effect this? So time frame. How long is this project going to take? It can be a short-term project, like my colleague Alfred highlighted. You can have short-term and then long-term. So those that you can achieve within a very short time, and there are those that will take you time because of maybe the bulk or the amount involved. So during this entire process, as we do all this, the treasurer and the vice treasurer, I don't know whether you're the bookkeepers, every penny spent must be accounted for. Many organizations fail, not because they don't have a proper objective to achieve, but because people have doubts in the management of what? Okay? Now, most of you can be even friends. Hata mnajuana sana. In fact, there are groups that are started as a result of the friendship that is existing between you. But unapata tu the moment pesa imeingia hivi pop, mtu mmoja watu wakaanza kudoubt, then that shifts everything, and even urafiki unapotea. So in that case, let us ensure that proper books of accounts are there. Hata kama ni shilingi mlispend kununua ndazi, tafadhali obtain a receipt for it. Keep that receipt in the receipt file. Okay? Then I'm hearing you have your internal audit system. After that, hata wewe mwenyewe unasikia ukilala roko you are peaceful, right? But the moment, okay, I'm not doing an audit. So after that, I think nilisema nagwara kidogo because of time. We should be out by 4, and it's already 4 minutes after 4. You'll allow me to go to the next, which is investment. Yeah? Please. Okay. Tumepata pesa, tumetafuta, tumeallocate, ndio hii pesa tuko nayo. Vitabu vyetu vyote vimenyoka. Hakuna tashwishi, everybody is happy. Now, how do you invest our money? I've heard of a structure, sijaisikia, but naiframe kwa kichwa yangu kwamba there is a social bit of it. Kuna ile mnatenga, mnapeleka kwa account yenye mnaita the social account, the social welfare. Then kuna hii ingine unapeleka kwa investment and development. Sijui vile mnaita, but I can understand we have those two. So what is investment? Mtu akikuuliza leo, what is investment? What can you answer? I want an answer from you. I want people to participate. What is investment? Yes.
The investment, I think, is the something to occur in future. We are getting allocation amount of money to help in future.